recording. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy. This is a Flosstube. I think this is Flosstube 30. Don't hold me to that. And don't mind my crazy hair. It's drying and I didn't feel like blow drying it, so it's just here. Yeah, I've got a ton of stuff to do today and not a whole lot of time to get it done. And so I thought, you know what, my other Flosstube was 6 days ago, so I figured I need to just go on today, or get on here today and record this Flosstube. So I'm going to try not to hold you guys up a lot and kind of just get through it. I have not even looked at the giveaway stuff from last week. When I checked it a couple of days ago, nobody had commented on it. And so I don't even think that we had any comments, but I'm not sure. If not, then there's no winner. I don't think anybody commented on it. So I will have a different giveaway. I haven't decided yet what to give away. But I will probably record that clip later tonight and put that in. So I feel like my lips aren't matching me. Give me a second. And we're back. Okay. Whips. Well, yeah, let's do whips. So while life has been good-ish, you know, it is November 6th. I'm hoping this will go up tomorrow. Maybe, we'll see. And I think, honestly, the new release video is going up tomorrow too. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check. I don't know. We'll see. So yesterday during class, I pulled out Curious Mermaid by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I'm stitching this on a piece of Crafty Kitten something. 28 count Joblin. It's called Lichen from the Crafty Kitten. I love the fabric. I really love Joblin, and I don't have a lot of it. I think this might even be the only piece of Joblin I have. I might have one or two other pieces, I'm not sure. But let me clean the lens real quick. Okay. Oh, that is way better. Okay. So I guess my lens was just dirty. Joblin, I really like it. I didn't have the best experience ordering from the Crafty Kitten, and so I don't know if I would say like go get it from her, but I know Rachel orders from her all the time, or she's in her fabric of the month, which is where I got this from. But I don't know, it is what it is. This is where I am. I honestly don't know when the last time I worked on this. So this is the top corner and that's the bottom corner. So I do have the full length of it done. And I still have a good chunk of fabric left. So I totally could have started this in the middle and had enough space. But during class, I did about this length here. I think I put 2 lengths of thread in it is what I ended up having. And that was it. Mostly because I've already studied what he was talking about, and so I guess I didn't feel the need to overly pay attention that day, so I didn't. So I pulled out something anyway. I think I'm gonna have to like get a clip because my hair is now bothering me. The bottom just gets like really puffy and curly, so I worked on that for a good little bit, well, 30 minutes or so, and then most of my time has been spent on some other projects. Some weird numbers calling me. Oh, I should have started with the most exciting thing. I am just making a huge mess because I'm so disoriented today. I have totally cut you guys off. I have been since the election, sitting on my couch stitching, mostly stress stitching, worried about what the hell's going on, and just trying to keep tabs on the election. And I've not caught up on Floss of the Month or anything. And so if you're watching this and you're waiting for your Floss of the Month, it is coming. I plan on catching everything up over the weekend and hopefully a lot of it today. So we'll see what happens. So just, you know, a little piece of information for you guys. That includes the week's Dye Works floss as well. So something else that I worked on last week was the temperature tree. I'll pull a picture right here real quick of where I was last week. This is from Stitch and Mommy, and I've decided to do the highs for 2020. If I would have thought about it, I would have totally done the highs and the lows. I'm obviously not big brain and didn't think of that. I missed a piece of floss. And the Curious Mermaid, I'm stitching that 2/2. So she's going to be average size. The pattern is not very big, and so I felt comfortable doing the 2/2 instead of doing her like on 18 count or something. And then, so temperature tree, this is where I got to. I haven't worked on this at all in the past several days, so I don't think I got much done from the last time except for adding a couple of leaves here. So I'm stitching this on the called for, not purposely, but I happen to actually already have this piece because I liked it. This is a piece of light blue even weave in 28 count from Hobby Lobby. It is the Zweigart brand. I recommend ordering it from somewhere else because I don't shop at Hobby Lobby anymore, unfortunately, which is sad because I really love their 28 count even weave. And so now I don't know where I'm going to get my 28 count even weave. I'm just hoping that I have enough for all the projects that I intend on stitching, either until Hobby Lobby changes their ways or I find another source. Which I doubt they're changing anything. Then, okay, that's last-ish. That's last-ish. And last-ish. Okay, one more. So, since the election, I have been working a ton on Harry Potter book covers by Fox and Teacup Designs. This is the unknown author version that, I don't even know if she's selling this pattern anymore, because when the whole thing went down with whoever wrote this, she removed the patterns for a short time and then recharted it and offered this version to everybody who'd previously purchased the pattern. So you could choose to stitch the original or the unknown author one. So I'm not even 100% sure if she still has it up. If she does, it's the unnamed version. And she even recharted it to be called Unnamed. And this is the US book covers, because if you're a true Potter fan, then you know that there's several other book covers. Every country has their own version of it, and I have gotten really far on this. I'm trying to show you my pattern, and here we go. So I've mentioned before, my Q-Snip's pulling this a little tighter than it should be, but that's okay. This is all one page. So the first page covers this part of the first book and the second book and a little bit into the third book. And so I'm stitching by page. I'm not stitching by book because that's too much brain for me to want to use to follow the line all the way down. Not only that, but I don't like skipping through pages. I kind of like to have the pages finished as I go through them and not be skipping through the pages. So the page that I'm actually working on to start right here, I believe, is page 7. The way she has the pattern out, page 1 is actually like way down at the bottom, and it goes like backwards, I think. So it's like 7, 8, 9 instead of 1, 2, 3. It is what it is. It's perfectly fine for me. So yeah, I got a ton done from the last time, from last week when you guys saw this, because I've stitched probably 85% of this during the election. These past 3 days from the election. So there's that. Totally loving it. I started the A here, but I needed to go get ready, so I did that. Most of this red was done this morning. I started it last night, but most of it was done this morning. This was all done yesterday, the day before. There's still more down here, but it was getting into some other colors that I hadn't pulled yet, and I wanted to make sure that the colors that I was already doing, like these browns, in the section that I had done already, was completely 100% done. So what I'm missing here, if you follow me, if you're subscribed to my Patreon, because I do have a Patreon now, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. I talked about this floss here. I don't have it. So that's, you know, I can't do nothing about that. So I just left it all blank. This is all the same color. So once I get this floss, it's going to be easy to just go in and do it. And here I just got tired of doing the yellow, so moved on to the red. But you can see the outline of the A and the R. Yay! So I'm planning on accompanying my husband today to out of town to help a friend, and it's 2 hours away. So I'm probably going to take this because I'm really enjoying stitching on this. This is stitched on 28 count Zweigart even weave from Hobby Lobby, unfortunately. But I happen to whoa. Almost had a disaster there because I don't want this falling on the floor. I'm stitching this 2/2 on 28 count. So you would think that the count would be quite big. It's actually what I feel is a comfortable size. I have it written down here. 13 by 18 is going to be the stitched size, and I feel like that was a comfortable size for these to be. If I did it on a higher count or made it smaller, it was going to be 11 by 16 for 16 count and 10 by 14 on 18 count, which 10 by 14 was a little too small for me. And 11 by 16, I was like, that's still kind of small because I wanted it to be larger than average. So, yeah. Oh, put an emoji over that. You guys can't even get the whole pattern from that anyway because it's just a small chunk of 9 whole pages. And that's not even the whole of that page because it's folded. So let's go into haul because I don't have a lot of it, and then we'll talk about the most exciting part of Flosstube. I don't have a lot of this, and most of it is stitch along's ending. So stitch on me, stitch along ended, but I haven't finished printing out all of the blocks. The last time I talked to you guys, I told you guys I only had like the 3 pages printed out. I still haven't finished it because each pattern is coming on its own page, and I was not about to print a 31 page pattern, so I am just moving them all into one page using, I think, Publisher, and I'm doing 6 patterns per page. That's just me. You totally don't have to do that, but that's what I'm doing. Then the Doreen Jones stitch along ended, so she was doing every week in October she was releasing a chart. This is free on her Facebook page. This was the first one, and it's called Death. This was week 1, and the full bottom says Trick or Treat. This is the second one, which is a mummy. The third one was Frankenstein, just called Frank, and then the most recent one that came out that you guys haven't seen me show is this one called Jack. They're so stinking cute. I cannot get over how freaking cute they are, and I really want to start them just because of how cute they are. If you guys didn't know, I am not a seasonal stitcher. I stitch whatever I want, whenever I want. And I will very likely, in the year that I've been stitching, a little over a year now, because October 21st or 27th or something was my 1 year stitching since I posted my first stitching video. So I've been stitching since October marked a whole year. I've always had a Halloween piece going. So there's that. Then the Ingleside Imaginarium one finished. I dropped something. This is what it looked like. And this is what it looks like when it's all finished. I don't think I'm going to do the orange. It only calls for 3 colors. It's the white, the black, and the orange. I saw somebody do a really crazy purple where it was almost like it was glowing or something. I really like that idea. I think I'm going to use, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to use, honestly. But I'll figure it out, and it's going to look the bomb when I'm done with it. So, yeah, there's that. That was also free in their Facebook group, is in there. Oh, that's an announcement that I will share at the end. So, okay. The last week of October, Heaven and Earth Designs is having a sale. I don't know if it was 40 or 50% off, but whenever Hate has a sale, it's dangerous because I have a whole binder full of Heaven and Earth Designs. I don't know how many I have. I'm not counting, but I've been very careful about the ones that I purchased from here on out, and I more specifically want a quick stitch or a mini when I purchase something unless the rendition just looks horrible. So I bought 2 patterns on their most recent sale. I got this Quick Stitch Kimono Lantern Mermaid. This is an artist new to me by Nadia Tate. Amy, my friend Amy, Sprinklestein Stitches, her YouTube's linked below. She's the one who showed me this artist because I hadn't seen her before. And you think that you've been through every artist on the Hade site, and then somebody says something like, oh yeah, check them out, and then you realize that you really haven't looked at everybody's art. This is one of those people. I think I have like 1 or 2 more still on my wish list that I'm just like, I can live without those if I don't get them. But this one was so cute, and I had to get it because it was a sale. So the same day that she announced the sale, it was so crazy because like the day before, I had posted in the group looking for this pattern because I took a screenshot of it back in June or July, and had been waiting ever since, and I never saw it come out. It was the same thing with the Sailor's Ruin or Sailor's Demise. They ended up changing the name, but it was the mermaid holding the skull in the water. This is another one that I had in my screenshots, and I remembered I was looking through my screenshots because I go through them and delete them occasionally so that I know like, oh, I bought this pattern already, or I'm no longer interested in this pattern. That's how I know when I really want something. So this was one that was still on there. I posted in the group and I said, hey, whatever happened to this chart? I took this screenshot back in June and it's still not on the website. Can you update us? And she's like, oh yeah, it got delayed because of the whole 0809 thing. It'll be up very, very soon. So I said, okay, thanks. Literally the next freaking day, she posted it as a new release, and I had to have it. It's so cute. So there's 5 witches talking over a cauldron with 5 cats. Cauldron's boiling over. There's some flames on the ground. I just freaking love this so much. There was not a mini. I didn't want to request a mini, so it's just the full size at 21 by 26 with 88 colors, and it's by Elizabeth Alba, or Alba, however you want to say it, or however it's pronounced. I just love it. It's so cute. Another 2 to add to my stash that I fully intend on stitching before I die. Then I ordered these a while back, but they did take a while to get here. I got 2 cuts of fabric from Stitch Me. What I did was I just messaged her one day and I said, hey, what do you have in stock ready to ship that I don't have to wait ordering on the website? I said, I really want to get a couple of pieces for my stash. Let me know what you have. She's like, what are you looking for? And I told her, I just want to know what you have so that I can see if I can use it for something in my plethora of patterns that I might one day stitch. So she sent me a list and I picked out these 2. So I picked out a piece of 18 count Ada from the colorway is Not Another Sampler, which is intended to be like a sampler type of color because a lot of people gravitate towards these neutrals for samplers, and I thought it was going to be very pretty for other things. It doesn't have a lot of modeling. I'll just take it out and show you guys. This is fine. Totally doesn't bother me at all. But it's this gorgeous cream color. Very, very subtle modeling on it. Very pretty. And then I got a piece of, these are all fat quarters, vanilla latte. And it totally reminds me of a vanilla shake. I got this in 32 count Lugana. Not because I had a project in mind, but because she had these ready to ship. And is this bigger? Yeah, this is a bigger piece. 18 by 27 and 18 by 21. It's gorgeous. I love it. I'm almost scared to use it because it's such a gorgeous color. No idea what I'm going to use it for. I just know that I am going to use it for something because I have a ton of patterns that it's going to go good with. So there's those. I keep mine in the bag. I've been stitching a year, and some of these I've had in the package for a year, and I've never noticed an issue. A lot of people complain about that. I've never noticed anything. So the last thing that I got here is, I did also get a box from Amy with some interesting stuff, and that video is going to go up on my Patreon. So sounds good. If you're wanting to know what she sent me, the video will be up over there relatively soon. It sounds like somebody's in my daughter's room. I'm pretty sure there's not. I don't know. So several weeks back, I placed an order on Owl Forest Embroidery's website because I saw these two patterns that I really liked, and then I saw a very interesting thing that I wanted to check out. Now, I think I just added this one because it was very affordable and I was interested in what it said. However, I'm looking at it now, I'm like, why did I want this so bad? Like, to order it from Russia, right? I don't know. So I ended up getting, what's it called? Around the Sun. And it's got the names of all the planets. And it's in English. And so it kind of reminds me of an ink circles. It's still cute. But I just don't know why I felt the need to get it so quickly. I honestly think it was the cost. I feel like maybe it was on sale or something. I wonder why she's got a QR code on the back. I'm gonna have to scan that and see what that does. Then this was the whole what drew me to the website in the first place, because they posted these on their Instagram. And this is called Northern Land. So there's Northern Land and there's another one. I think it's Southern Land. I'm not 100% sure. But I thought this was gorgeous. I really liked it. And you guys know me. I'm not really into the sampler type things. I've got 2 long dogs. I've got Pandemic and Death by Cross Stitch. And then I'm also doing the Linen and Threads 2020 sale. And that's the extent of my sampler type stitching. But I'm really loving the Linen and Threads one. And Long Dog has some patterns that I enjoy looking at. But, you know, I haven't made any progress on Death by Cross Stitch. And very little progress on Pandemic, which I should given the situation. Anyway, so I got this one. I really like it. I don't know what it is. It's drawing me to it. I like the little castles here and the motifs here, like the flower pot type of things. It's just really cute. So then, I was looking at the thread packs that they had and noticed that one of them was sold out. The charts are in color as well, so I like that. And their packaging is unique too. I really like these kind of brown bags. I was looking at the thread packs. I noticed that the DMC one was sold out, but they had another one that was called, I don't even know what it was called because it's not in English. And when you translate it, it doesn't quite come out right, but it was significantly cheaper than the DMC one. I think it was like their color conversion or something similar like that, or maybe it was floss that they dyed, but it was cheaper than the one that they were offering. And so I went ahead and picked it up. It was very affordable, and this is the thread pack for Northern. And so it comes with 2 skeins of the blue, 1, 2, 3, 6 skeins of the red, and then 3 skeins of the lighter red, more kind of like bricky color. So what is this, 11 skeins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's 7 skeins of the red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 11 skeins in here. They're not quite coming out true to color because this red's actually much darker than it's showing on camera. I don't know why it's coming out so bright, but it's quite dark. And the blue and this one too. They're all darker than what they're showing, but it's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. And there's no color names. And then this is in Russian, so I have no idea what that says. I just know that it's the thread pack for this. And if it's not, then it matches very well. And I'm using it anyway. Her bobbins, like her tags are like these cute little bobbins, like wooden bobbins. They're probably as sturdy as the DMC ones. And they have these numbers that you're not picking up. There we go. 2422 is what this blue one says. And they're still gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's beautiful. The variegation. Are you going to focus on it? No. Try that one more time. There we go. See that? It's very pretty. And so they feel nice. They don't feel like CXC or anything. And so I just, you know, I might even punch a hole in these cardboard pieces and use these bobbins as like the thread hook or whatever, thread drop, and stitch them from here. I haven't unwound them or anything to see. I don't believe that they're pre-cut. It doesn't look like they're cut at all the way that they're stuck on here. And they're in here very nicely as well. I'm not even watching. I'm going to get that one put back in. So anyway, that's what I got. I talked way too long about that, but isn't it cute? I like it. I'll just show you. So there's that. I think honestly this would look good on the vanilla latte piece. So, I mean, not that I intend on using that for that, but that's what I got. Then, okay, so that's that. Let me see what this says. Yeah, it says set up owl forest threads for the northern land. And the way that they match how much thread you're going to get is by your fabric. So this says 32 count with 2 strands. And then they have different quantities for different fabric types. So if I chose a different fabric, it would have that on there as well. So I like 32 count. I'm okay stitching with 32 count. So that's what I got for that. Then something really fun I had, and also something never done before on the channel, is I had, what did I do with it? I'm missing it already. Hold please. Where did it disappear to? All the way to the back, and I found what we're going to give away this week. I'm so silly. Okay, 2 finishes, you guys. This has never, ever been done here. I've never finished 2 things to show you guys in a floss tube. So the first thing I finished was first base? I think so. First base ink circles. This is really like a 2-day stitch. So the first day I'd probably gotten done like 60% of the pattern, and then the second day that I stitched on it, I only worked on it for maybe 30 minutes. But if I would have had more time during that sitting like I did the first day, it would have been done. So I'm finished, completely finished with it. The only thing is I'm just not digging how bold the bars came out on this side. They almost look like they don't match. I've checked and rechecked my line placement to make sure that they do match, and they do. So I don't know yet. I'm going to kind of sit on it and look at it for a little bit and see what it looks like. So if you guys didn't know, these come in, they do not come in a set, but there's 3 of them that go together. And I just need to stitch this one, and I'm going to give these to my sister and her boyfriend for Christmas to hang in the home that they now share together. So that's exciting. And that's stitched on a scrap piece of Aida, 14 count Aida from Be Stitch Me that I got in a grab bag. So occasionally, I don't believe she sells the grab bags, but when you purchase from her Friday Night Fight Night, the next day, Saturday, she does giveaways. And sometimes she does giveaways for grab bags. And one of the weeks that I won this grab bag, and I got, I think, like 8 pieces of Aida. And so I used 2. The one that I stitched the first pattern on, I used that. The Here Comes Trouble was also a scrap piece of Aida. So that's what this looks like. I don't even know what color this is. She says sometimes there are colors that don't end up making it to the shop. Sometimes they're just weird cuts of stuff that she carries. Sometimes they're test fabrics, things like that. So it is what it is. And are you ready for the dun of this entire video? Dun. I wonder if I can put that here, or a drum roll. I'm so excited, you guys. Oh my word. It's done. Let's see if I can screenshot that. My whole look there for this, you guys. It is complete. I am so excited. I can't with this. You're not even seeing homeboy over here. Pet Cemetery Kid. You guys, I'm bringing you in a little closer. Hopefully it'll focus. So, super done. Everything's done. I don't believe that I missed anything. I changed several things, and when I get around to it, I will put it in the conversions tab. But Freddy Krueger here was charted differently. I used a different version of the, I can't remember exactly what was charted here, but I used the bed with the sploosh. So, okay, first, this is the Chopping Mall pattern from the Witchy Stitcher, which is the 2019 Stitch Along that she released October 17th, I think, of 2019, and it went on quite some time because she released, I think it was a room every 2 weeks. It's quite a few rooms on here, plus these were also a release at the end, so it was like an extra release at the end. What else did I change? Oh, him. He's not as charted either. He is in a different room charted from what was provided from her. I can't remember what was charted, but I liked this one better. And I think that's it. There's so many mistakes, but that's okay because I made them work. Somehow my frame was off on the bottom, and so things kind of had to be fit closer together to make them fit because I don't know what I did wrong, but it, you know, it is what it is. It still works. I've seen all of these movies except for this Babadook. Never seen it. And oh, this guy, Samhain, I believe is how you pronounce it. I've never seen that either. I don't believe that's what it's called, but I don't know if he's a child or something, but he looks like this. He wears that like burlap thing over his head. Never seen that, and I'm pretty sure I've seen the rest of it. Oh, Gage down here, never seen that either. Also, mistake, something that's not charted as should be is Homegirl here. My version, she looks like she's sitting down and you're looking at her from the side, or like she's maybe turned a little bit to the side. Somehow I messed up the stitching in the bench. I think I need to add a stitch or two right there to make that look more normal. One stitch. I need to add one stitch to make that look normal right there. I don't know what I did wrong and why this is wrong. My black is spotty because that's how black is on lighter fabric. I don't know if I'm going to wash this or not. I really don't. It's all stitched in DMC, so it shouldn't matter. Yeah, she's supposed to be straight. So the way her bottom half of her dress is kind of moved this way, it should just come straight down. No idea what I did wrong. The bench was wrong the way that I stitched it, so I just went with it. I wasn't going to fix it because I didn't want to change anything. I didn't want to have to pick it out. Those of you who are a little more anal are going to be like, bitch, that looks stupid. You need to take it out and redo it. I'm not about that. So she's staying. And everything else is as charted as far as I can recall. If you see something different that you don't see on the pattern, let me know. I did mess up on my balloon and I made it way too wide, but the way that I was doing my threads, this is 2 strands of the red. I started out going this way and then I started going this way, and I wasn't about to pick it out because I knew I was going to end up having to take the whole thing out, and I was rage stitching towards the end trying to get that done. So I stitched this pretty much all in one day. Candyman, Pinhead, these 2 skulls, the bats, all this outer part, and Babadook was all one day because I needed to get it done. We're watching the Eagles game that day at my in-laws house. I stitched, I think I put a clip in from on my Patreon video, kind of my more vloggy style video on Patreon. I show you guys where I was at, and I stitched so much of that there, and then we came home and I stitched some more. So yeah, you guys, it is finished. I did not do the C over the S because the whole thing was chopping mall, and there was supposed to be like a bloody C kind of like spray painted over the S. I chose not to do that. It's a chain stitch, and then you somehow maneuver it on there. She provided directions. I decided not to do it and just leave it as shopping mall, but it's gorgeous. I do love it. So there's that. So now on to the announcements. I got a Facebook message from somebody. I don't know who that is. Let me see if it has their name. No idea who that is. So a couple of announcements. I moved you guys. Patreon. I've mentioned it several times in this video. I did go ahead and decide to start a Patreon. I'm still working with the tiers. I don't have very many posts up right now just because there's no people on there. And so I don't want to put up a whole bunch of like chit chatty, ask question type of things if I know nobody's going to answer, because there's nobody on there. I've also been having an issue with Patreon with my last 2 tiers. So the last 2 tiers, when you look at them, the highest tier is supposed to also have content for the tier before it. You will. When I go in and I upload stuff, I can choose which tiers the content is going on. But for some reason, between the 2 tiers, it's not letting me add tier 4 to tier 5. I think it's 4 and 5. It might be 3 and 4. But it's not letting me add the 4 and 5 together like it's supposed to. So when you're at the highest tier, typically you get access to everything below it. For some reason, it's not letting me do that. I don't know why. I've contacted Patreon so many times. They don't have a phone number, and so I've had to do it all through email, and it's very annoying. They've come back with some really stupid responses, which honestly made me want to pull away from the platform altogether. The second customer agent that I had said, well, you can't add a tier as a benefit of another tier. I'm like, that's the whole fucking point of the goddamn website. How can you not have it? I said, I have my highest tier. I'm trying to give the highest tier access to the previous tiers, and it's not letting me. And they said, oh, well, then you have to go in and say that you want those tiers to be accessed. So you're not getting the point. The option's not coming up. It doesn't give me the option. So when you add a tier, it's asking you, which tiers below this do you want to have access to this tier? And you can click 1, 2, 3, 4. It's coming up 1, 2, 3, not 4. And so I don't know. I just have to, when I upload something, I have to go in and manually say, I want this to go to tiers 4 and 5, or I want this to go to 5, which you have to do anyway. But it's still super irritating because when you go look at the tiers, it looks like you can't access tier 4 to tier 5 or 3. You know what? Let me double check how many tiers I have, because I don't know if it's 4 or 5. Just so you know really quickly. I should already be signed in, so just a couple clicks. So the link is going to be below as well for you to go ahead and go. I think I'm pretty set on the amounts. If I change them, they're going to go lower. And at some point I might add a higher tier, but right now I'm not. So there is 5 tiers. And the way that I have it set up is on tier 5, you're supposed to be able to have access to tier 1, 2, and 4. And when you go and look at it, it looks like you only have access to 1 and 2, but that's not true. I'm going to go in and edit it, the description, to let you guys know that you do still have access to tier, it's 1, 2, and 3. Because tier 4 is a diamond painting only tier, and then tier 5. With tier 5, you should have access to tiers 1, 2, and 3, and it's not letting you. So I do have a couple of different tiers to be more budget friendly, and I don't really anticipate going any higher in cost than what they already are. So if I do make any changes, they're going to go lower. And then whatever the highest amount is now, that would be a different tier because I changed the dollar amounts if and when. So right now, I have a content support tier, which is only you like my videos, and you want to show your support, because I don't intend on turning ads onto my channel. I personally don't have a problem with ads because I pay for YouTube Premium, and I haven't seen YouTube ads in years. I've had YouTube Premium for years now, and I don't plan on ever canceling it. And so when people are complaining about ads and they're like, oh, so-and-so has 6 ads in their video, or every 10 minutes there's an ad and they have an hour-long video, it's so annoying. It doesn't bother me. I can't agree or disagree because I have YouTube Premium. And so I just feel like, I know when I'm watching videos, I think I would be irritated as well if I had an ad every 10 minutes. And so I just feel like if you want to support me in a different way, this is the way to do it without me having to turn ads on and forcefully make you guys watch those ads and possibly lose subscribers because I turn ads on, if that makes any sense. So just know I don't plan on turning ads on. So tier 1 content support. You like my content, you want to see more of it, you just want to offer your general support. It's $3 a month. You don't get any benefits other than you're supporting me. Tier 2 is Happy Mail, which I put at $7 per month. And in this tier, you'll get a postcard or another type of card from me every month. Occasionally, I will throw in a coupon code to the Mystical Diamond Art website that's going to be good for anything on the website. On there, it's $7 a month to cover the cost of shipping and also the cost of the cards and also my time for sending you guys something. More than likely, it's going to be a custom card or something that you don't just pick up at the store. Occasionally, it might be if I run out of time. And it's also, as much as I can, I will try to handwrite all of them. And I did limit how many patrons can be on that tier just because that's a lot of time that it's going to take to send those cards out. So that tier is very limited. And then the third tier is the behind the scenes tier, which I put at $10 a month. And currently I post it right now. I'm only doing it once a week, and on the tier it says 1 to 2 videos a week, just because at some point I hope to be able to bump it up to 2, but for now I'm only doing 1 blog style video a week. So it's going to be more behind the scenes of me stitching. I'm going to update you more daily on what I'm stitching. I'm going to say, hey, this is what I'm working on today. This is what I did, or here's my starting point, here's my ending point. I might pop on and show you guys something silly or something that's happening with my pets or my kids. It's going to be a little bit more personal. It's not going to be just business or just stitching. It's going to be, you know, a little more personal, and it's just called behind the scenes because that's what it is. I might sneak peek Floss of the Month there. I might sneak peek other stuff that's coming up there. And then let me see, 3, 4, tier 4 is a diamond painting only tier, because I know that there's a lot of people on my channel who are only here for the diamond paintings and they only watch the diamond painting videos. So for that tier, I've told you guys before my personal feelings on sharing additional diamond painting whip and chatter or drill with me's on the channel. And so if you're really interested in that content and you want that content, I think I'm just going to move my diamond paint with me's to Patreon only and do the diamond paint with me's. Right now that tier is also limited. I don't know if I'm going to make it any higher just because I don't know how demanding that content is going to get. And I don't want to be into a position where I have to force myself to make the videos and it's no longer enjoyable to me. And at this tier, so all of the tiers, you obviously get the content support because you're supporting me anyway. And then the diamond painting tier, you're supporting me with the content, and you also get every single month, you will get a 15% off coupon code for use on the website. Essentially, you can use it for whatever you want, but the idea is that you're there for diamond paintings and that you're going to use it to purchase diamond paintings. You don't have to purchase every month. The code will expire in that month, but as a paid patron, you will get that code again every single month. So you don't have to worry about using it up because it will be there for you every single month. You'll also get 24-hour exclusive access to new releases. So when I do my new releases, you can see that I upload the video on YouTube. The difference here is that the people on Patreon will have a full 24 hours to access the stuff on the website before anybody else. And I do this using sacred links. So even if you're a patron and you share that content with somebody else, I could remove you from the website and cancel your order. So I just ask that you not share that link because normal customers will not be able to see it on their end because they won't get the link. And so if I find anybody doing that, just know that that's not allowed. No sharing of the links. I will know who the orders are going to and who has access to the link. Hope you guys are in the same position. I don't know, I had a phone call. So that's the diamond painting only. If I didn't mention, it's only $13. It's $13 a month. Currently I do have it limited, as I mentioned already, but I don't know for how long. I might change that. Let's see. So also the diamond painting level, I'm going to be doing at least 1 whip and chat per month posted into this tier. So it'll be, instead of a stitch with me like I've been doing lately, more so, I'll be doing only the diamond painting one, so you can see what I'm working on that month. I'll also post occasionally. I don't have a set number, just occasionally when I'm working on something, I will post a little vlog style and say, hey, I'm working on this time, for the times that I'm working on a diamond painting and not doing a recording it as a whip and chat. My hair is starting to get crazier and crazier by the minute. And not doing a whip and chat with it. So that's what that tier is. And then the highest tier is the stitch content only. So the stitch content is a little bit different because you're also getting the pen pal option at the stitch content level, which is why it's a little bit more, because you're getting the pen pal option plus the additional content as well. And so this isn't going to be anything changing for my diamond painting tier. I mean, for my YouTube channel, you're still going to be getting the same whip and chats, the same stitch with me's, the same videos that I'm posting currently, the same floss tubes. You're not going to have any change to any of that. But this tier is that I have decided to start designing patterns and offering them on the Patreon for free at this tier. So if you are a stitch patron at that level, you'll get patterns that I design myself. Some of them I have designed with a designer, and some of them I'm doing myself. And so at this time, I hope to be able to offer them every single month, but that might not always be the case. You also occasionally in your pen pal thing might get a coupon code for use on the Mystical Diamond Art website, but this is geared more towards getting the patterns, because if you really like that pattern, you're going to get it on there. And again, I hope to be able to offer the patterns every single month, and they're not going to be tiny little patterns. They're going to be good sized patterns. They're not just going to be like little bitty 2x3 freebies or anything like that. They're going to be patterns that take some time to stitch, only because I feel like this is just a good way to get my designs out there and not have to worry about pricing, because I'm so worried about the pricing option. So right now, I haven't uploaded the pattern yet, but this month in November, this month's pattern will be on there. And I'm just going to warn you guys, they're not going to be seasonal. You're probably going to see more kind of Halloween things. It might not necessarily be like scary Halloween or cutesy Halloween, but a mixture of both. But just know that I do love Halloween and autumn and fall time more than anything, and so you might see those patterns more often than some. And don't expect a Christmas pattern in December, because that's just me, and I don't want to force myself to do something or add something that I don't enjoy. And so I feel like you guys, if you're going to join at that level, it's because you genuinely like what I like. You'll also get access to the vlog content. And this is what I was telling you guys about the stitch content only, is that the vlog content, for some reason, I have it called behind the scenes, is it's not letting me add the behind the scenes tier to the stitch tier, because the stitch tier is $15 a month, and so it should let me. So in the description, it's just going to say you will also get the behind the scenes access, the pen pal, and then of course the general content support. And then so currently the patterns are going to be for this tier only. You get them free at that tier. If at some point in the future I do decide to release a pattern for sale to the general public, then the stitch content tier will get it for free at least a couple of months ahead of time. At least. So this is something that I just haven't decided on, which is why I say a couple of months. I know other creators who do Patreon and do cross stitch patterns do it for like a year and a half, but for now this is just what's best, how I've decided to structure it, because I at this time don't intend on selling my patterns, so you can only get them at that tier, if that makes sense. That said, whole lot of chit chat about that. And if you stuck through it this far, I swear the giveaway is going to be good. I have the first pattern that is going to be up on the Patreon website. Again, it is not up right this second. So if you go from this video straight to Patreon and sign up looking for this pattern, it's not there. You'll get it this month though, so you're going to get your money's worth. And then the pen pal options, I think the pen pal stuff is going to go out in the middle of the month. And so if you join later, you might get an overlap in your pen pal one. So if you're interested in joining the pen pal level, I would highly suggest signing up at the beginning of the month, because if you sign up like on the 30th, you're gonna not only pay for that tier, but then you might miss your postcard for that month, because then I have to send them out again the next month. I'm just telling you, it's very hard to keep track of. So if you're going to do a pen pal, sign up at the beginning of the month. If you're going to sign up in November, everybody that's going to sign up in November is going to get it. And I'm just going to do my best to make sure that I don't skip anybody, but human error does happen. So my very good friend Amy, Sprinklestein Stitches, has been my model stitcher for this pattern, and she has graciously stitched up the very first pattern that I have designed. It's gorgeous, it's cute, it's Halloween, and I know that it's past Halloween, but if you're like me and you truly love Halloween, you're gonna stitch it no matter what. And this is what it looks like. Oh my gosh, isn't it the most cutest freaking thing you have ever seen in your life? It's adorable. I just can't get over the cuteness of this. I absolutely love it. This will be up in the next week, I hope. It's just so stinking cute. So this is stitched in all DMC, and it is stitched 2/2 on 32 count Joblin in the color Tree Hugger from Be Stitch Me. Again, you don't have to stitch it on this. This is just what I chose to stitch it on, or to have Amy stitched on. There's a couple of things that I'm going to fix in the pattern, which it's going to be a little wonky for this pattern, but I'm going to try my best to provide the most detailed instructions as I can regarding the back stitching, because the back stitching on the pattern is a little hard to see. So that's something that I need to incorporate with the person who helped me design this. So there it is, you guys. That's the first one. All right, I need to wrap this up because I got to go get my daughter ready for her Zoom meeting, because she's going to be late if I don't. She's going to be late no matter what. So that is it, you guys. I hope that this video wasn't too rambly about that, and I just hope that I answered the questions that I was trying to think of that people could ask during this. Everything should be aligned on the Patreon by the time this video goes up, and I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to put the PDF of this up there, but it will be up in November, so you do get your November cost worth your pattern. So there it is, you guys. I hope that you guys can respect the decision that I've made to move to a Patreon for the more personal content and the other things. And that's just not on YouTube right now anyway on my channel, and so it's really extra stuff that I'm going out of my way to create for you guys if you want to see that content. So, you know, head over there if you're interested. And oh, giveaway. I found the Tingles patterns that I said I was going to give away last week and couldn't find. So that's the giveaway in this video, is these 3 Lizzie Kate Flippets from the Tingles series. There's 3 patterns in here. It's the It's Hello Scream, Just Batty, and It's Halloween. These are 3 out of the 6 patterns that you need to complete the series. You totally don't have to even stitch it that way. You can do them on their own and still get 6 patterns, because there's 2 patterns in each flip it. So if you like that, tell me something about Halloween that you enjoy, and you'll be entered to win this, and the winner will be announced on next week's Flosstube. So thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.